Hare Krishna. So would you like to share? I'd like to welcome the devotees. Thank you so much for joining us. And today we have the wonderful voices of Deepika and Ananda Leela, and also Surinder, who will take us through 4 Bhaktivinoda Thakur songs. So thank you so much, Deepika.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. I would like to really share about this, about the song, beautiful Bhajan. Here, Thakurji says that here, when he will wander around the banks of the rivers, like especially speaking about the Tharu and the Lata, calling the name of Radha and Krishna and the holy names, and when will he forget the all worldly pleasures? Then also when will I take food from the untouchables, and when will I roll around saying the Lord's names and drink Saraswati water? When will I bow down to the great Vaishnavas and smear their foot dust over my body and dress like a mad mendicant? He also says that Navdeep is also similar to Vrajabhumi, and he would like to always receive a bit of mercy when he goes there and he would like to transform himself into a Vrajvasi. He says, when will I become a maid servant of Srimati Radharani? This is the brief description about the Bhajan Prabhu.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. So the bhajan is called Kabe Gauravani.
Gauravani.
Gauravani, yeah. Okay.
That's my Prabhu.
Yes, please.
Geetamala ki jai, Sharanagati ki jai, Thakur ki jai. Kabe Gauravani, Suraduni tate, Hara deha Krishna bole. Kabe Gauravani, Suraduni tate, Hara deha Krishna bole. Kandiya bedabo, deho sukha chadi. Kandiya bedabo, deho sukha chadi. Nana taru tale. Swapache grahite, magiya kaibo, pibo saraswati jala. Puline puline, gadagadi dibo, Kori Krishna kolahala. Ramabashi jane, pranati koriya, magibo kriparalesha. Vaishnava charana, Renugaya Maki, Doriya Vaduta Vesha, Gauda Braja Jane, Vedana Dekibo, Hoibo Brarajabashi, Damira Swarupa, Spuri Benayane, Hoi Boradhara Dashi. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Jaya Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Jaya Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Jaya Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Jaya Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jai Gaur Premanande. Hari Bol.
Very beautifully sung. Thank you so much, Deepika. Kaushalya, would you like to read the English translation?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
When, oh, when will I wander here and there, weeping under the shade of the trees and creepers along the banks of the celestial Ganges River in Navadvipa? I will cry out, O Radhe, O Krishna, and I will completely forget about all the so called pleasures of this material body. When will I be able to live so simply by begging some food from the homes of the untouchables who live here and there? I will drink the water of the Saraswati, and in ecstasy I will roll to and fro on the banks of the river, raising a loud uproar of Krishna, Krishna. When will I bow down to all the inhabitants of the holy land of Navadvipa and receive a bit of their causeless mercy? I will smear the dust of the Vaishnavas' lotus feet all over my body, and I will wear the dress of a mad, wandering mendicant. When I factually observe that the transcendental lane of Navadvipa is not different from Sri Vrajabhumi, then I shall be transformed into a Vrajavasi also. Then I will see the true form of the transcendental realm opening up before my eyes, before my very eyes, and I will thus become one of the maidservants of Srimati Radharani. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Very, very good. Very good.
Prabhuji, can they repeat the song, twice at least one line, then it's better.
Yeah.
Because they are singing only once.
Yeah, true. Yes, we can do that. Deepika, you okay to sing again?
Yes, Prabhu, no
You can sing,
problem.
you can sing it
Thank
one
Thank,
all the way through. Yeah.
thank you. Because
Wonderful.
it's so sweet,
Thank you.
like to listen nicely.
Yeah, it's a beautiful Bhajan. Really, really nice. And he's showing his humility.
Yes, very nice.
He's really good. And it's an example to us because he's a pure devotee. So when somebody shows humility, when they're at that level, it's very enlightening for us, actually. Okay, so Deepika, yes, please sing again.
Yes, Prabhu. Kabe Gauravani Suraduni Tate Hara Deha Krishna Bole Kabe Gauravani Suraduni Tate Hara Deha Krishna Bole Kandiya Bedabo Deha Sukha Chadi Kandiya Bedabo Deho Sukha Chadi Nanalata Tarutale Swapachya Grahite Magiya Kaibo Pibo Saraswati Jala Puline Gadagadi Dipo Kori Krishna Kolahala Damabashi Jane Pranati Koriya Magibo Kriparalesha Vaishnava Charana Renukaya Maki Toriya Vesha Gaurabraja Jane Vedana Dekibo Hoibo Barajabashi Damera Swarupa Spuri Benayane Hoibo Radharadashi Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you.
Hari Hari Bol. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much.
You're doing number 2 as well, right?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes.
Okay. Dakite. No, Dakite. Would you like to summarize this as well?
Yes, Prabhu. Actually, one second, Prabhu.
No problem. No problem. These songs actually give great solace to the heart when you sing, especially when you're singing the songs of the previous acharyas, and when they're glorifying the Supreme Lordships, then you get great satisfaction within the heart. Very pleasing, and give you that stability in spiritual life.
Haribol, Prabhu.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Sorry, Prabhu. Sorry for that.
No, it's okay.
Yes, Prabhu. In the song, Thakurji is completely immersed in Rajabhumi, Prabhu. Like, when will Thakurji will completely forget all about these false external affairs and merge in conscious bliss? He says, Thakurji wants again to take birth in Barsana and will be married in the town of Yavata, and he should go, and I should not know any other mood other than simple cowherd girl.
Wow.
When will the power of Srimati Radharani show her causeless mercy of this divine pastimes of Krishna? He also says that I too will go with a pot of water on the head and to draw water from Yamuna. And he also wants to say that he wants to wear specific clothes for the pleasure of Krishna. Then he would like to also cherish the mellows of conjugal love. Being enchanted by their divine love, will sing their glories madly like Srimati Radharani.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. Let's go to the front. Okay.
Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai.
Yeah.
Ki jai.
Yeah.
Dekite, dekite, bhuli pova khabe. Sorry, Prabhu. I just.
That's okay.
So sorry, Prabhu.
No, don't worry. I know when you're singing 2 songs at the same time, the tunes are completely different as well.
Dekite, dekite, bhuli pova khabe. Nija stula parichoya. Nayane heribo brajapura shobha. Nitya chidananda moya. Nitya chidananda moya. Vrishabhanupure janamaloibo. Yavate vivahabe. Praja gopi bhava hoibe swabhava. Anubhavana rohibe. Anubhavana rohibe. Nija sitta deha. Nija sitta nama. Nija rupa swavasana. Radha kripa bhale. Lohi bova kabe. Krishna prema prakarana. Krishna prema prakarana. Jamuna Shalila Aharani kiya Buji prema mukta hoye pagalini praya gai puradhara yasha gai puradhara yasha. Jaya Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Jaya Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Jaya Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Jaya Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari. So sorry, Prabhu, for the inconvenience today.
Why? No, not at all. Not at all at all. Thank you so much. We are inconveniencing you because you're
No,
doing
no, no,
something.
no, Prabhu, not at all.
Karthik, would you like to read the English translation?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Right.
So can you hear me well?
Yes, really good.
Okay, so when will I be able to leave this plane of my gross bodily identity far behind? Within a split second, I will completely forget about all these false external affairs and behold the exquisite beauty of the transcendental realm of Vraja, which is completely paraded with eternal conscious bliss. I shall then take birth in Barsana, the town of King Prasabhanu, and I will be married nearby in the town of Yavata. My sole disposition and character shall be that of a simple cowherd girl, and I shall not know any other mood. I shall obtain my own eternal spiritual body, transcendental name, and specific type of beauty and dress for the pleasure of Krishna. And when, by the power of Sri Radha's causeless mercy, will I be allowed entrance into the pastimes of the divine love of Krishna. As I go with a water pot on my head to draw water from the Yamuna river, I shall cherish remembrance of the mellows of conjugal love that unite Sri Radha with Krishna. Thus being enchanted by their divine love, I will madly sing the glories of Sri Radha, just like a raving lunatic. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you so much for reading that. This is sort of where we want to be at some point in our spiritual life, having a spiritual identity in the spiritual world. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he, whilst in this world, recognized where he was, where his eternal spiritual body is in the spiritual world. And he gives us a little glimpse of his world. So this is why these bhajans are so powerful, because they take us to the spiritual world. So very interesting.
Nice to hear.
Thank you. And just to ask you, Karthik, you're from South, no?
Yes, I'm from Chennai.
Oh, Chennai, right. And who is your Ishtadev? You know, the deity that you worship.
Nobody in particular, but we have quite, as you know, South is full of temples. We are quite religious in our own aspect.
Oh, it's the most religious. South
Yes,
beats
and
the North by a long way.
Yes, and so every nook and corner there is a temple. So, and especially, bhakti is overflowing in a way.
Yeah.
And so we are quite adept to bhajans as well as few like songs of our own accord. This is obviously a bit new to me, and
yes,
I'm trying to get to terms with it. That is why I'm a bit silent Please don't mind my silence.
Not at all, not at all. Thank you. I'm silent as well because I'm not a good singer. But nice, good, very nice, nice. In the South, we always recognize the devotees who come from South have a lot more culture. The children are well trained as well. So many who join us, the children can recite so many slokas.
Shlokas, correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
fantastic.
It is
Really.
very important that because anything and everything we do, we start with a sloka and end with a sloka. So,
Yeah.
uh, unfortunately, kids these generations, they are slowly taking to it rather than
Yeah.
the speed at which we want it. In fact, my daughter also recites some slokas, but if you ask her the meaning, she'll be lost.
At the moment, yeah, but she'll get it.
She will get it eventually. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is how we keep the momentum
So,
going with her.
yeah. That's admirable. Well done. And this is partly what we do, London Institute of Vedic Education. This is what we want to give, this education. It's absolutely core to our mission that we want to promote, especially to children, this Vedic knowledge, very, very important.
Very genuine cause. Thank you.
Sorry?
It's a very genuine cause that you are following.
A temple is only a ancillary to the main aim. So temple we are doing because there isn't one in this area and there's a need for it. But hopefully the temple will also accommodate, hopefully we'll have a new building in time, which will have one floor just dedicated to education. That's the aim.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's see what happens. Okay, so Surinder and Ananda Leela. Oh, and Deepika, if you need to go, I do understand you got the little guy to look after. So thank you so much. Huh?
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Yeah, fantastic.
So
As
sorry
always.
for the inconvenience today, everybody. I'm so
There
sorry.
was no inconvenience. In fact, it's the other way around.
No, Prabhu.
No, thank you so much. Really appreciate you got such a sweet voice. So.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Deepika.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Deepika.
Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Surinder.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Welcome.
Yes, Dandavat to Kartik Prabhu.
Yes.
All the Vaishnavas. Yes, welcome. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dhanyavad.
Hare Krishna, Ananda Leela. You can be just a little louder, huh?
Okay.
Loud.
Yes, Prabhu. Shall I start the kirtan, Prabhu?
Yeah, and you can share anything if you like.
Okay, Prabhu. This bhajan, when you read it, it's like when it comes to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur talking about Lord Krishna and Srimati Radharani and about their conjugal love. This is in such a high level of Krishna Krishna conception, which is beyond my level of understanding. And for sure, I'm not qualified to even think and comprehend about such high level of Krishna consciousness. But again, we aspire that by grace of our Guru Varga, one day we will attain the lotus feet of Sri Rupa Goswami Maharaj and serve under his shelter in pure devotional service.
Nice. Very well put. Fantastic, actually.
To summarize, it's from what I gather and I understand, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is aspiring to become the servant of the servant of the servant of a maid servant of Srimati Radharani. And Thakurji wants to live only for the happiness of Srimati Radharani. And he wants to always endeavor to increase her joy. He would do anything and everything to serve and please Srimati Radharani and her associates. And Thakurji understands that Lord Krishna becomes happy only when Srimati Radharani is happy. Thus, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur doesn't want to be with Krishna by abandoning the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. And all the associates, Sakhis of the Supreme Lord, Shri Krishna, are our well-wishers, our best friends, our teachers. We want to serve the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani simply by following the instructions coming down to us through the Sakhis, through Rupa Goswami Maharaj, and through our Guru Varga and all the Vaishnavas.
Mm,
So,
very good. Thank you.
yeah. Okay, Prabhu.
So we
Srila
got this.
Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai.
Jai.
वृषभानुसुत चरण सेवने होइबो ये पायदासी वृषभानुसुत चरण सेवने होइबो पायदासी शिराधार सुख सतत साधने शिराधारा सुख सतत साधने रोहिबो आमी प्रयाशी रोहिबो आमी प्रयाशी शिराधार सुखे कृष्ण एराये सुख जानिबो माने ते आमी शिराधार सुखे कृष्ण एराये सुख जानिबो मानिते आमी राधापाद छाडी श्री कृष्ण संगामी राधापाद छाडी श्री कृष्ण संगामी कबू ना होइबो कामी कबू ना होइबो कामी सखी गण मम परम सुहृत युगल प्रेमी गुरु सखी गण मम परम सुहृत युगल प्रेमी गुरु तदनुगा होये से विभो राधार तदनुगा होये से विभो राधार चरण कलपतारु चरण कलपतारु राधा पक्ष छाड़ी ये जन से जन ये भावे से भावे ठाके राधा पक्ष छाड़ी ये जन से जन ये भावे से भावे ठाके आमी तो राधिका पक्षपाती सदा आमी तो राधिका पक्षपाती सदा कभू नाही हेरिता के कभू नाही हेरिता के हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय वैष्णव ठाकुर जय वैष्णव ठाकुर जय वैष्णव ठाकुर जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा शिव प्रभुपदा जय जय गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर प्रेम नंदे हरि हरि बोल श्रीला भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय
Jai.
Hi.
कृष्ण
Hare Krishna.
Okay, so the translation is, for serving the lotus feet of the charming daughter of King Vrishabhanu, I will become a maidservant of her maidservant. Indeed, I will live only for the happiness of Sri Radha, and I will always endeavor to increase her joy. I will understand within my heart that Krishna feels happiness only when Radha is happy. I will thus never ever dare become desirous of abandoning Radhika's lotus feet to be with Krishna myself. All my associates, Sakhis, are my supreme well wishers, my best friends, and they are the teachers of my lessons in conjugal love. Simply by following them, I will serve the lotus feet of Radha, which are just like desired fulfilling trees. I am forever partial and prone to favoring the party of Sri Radhika. I will never even look upon those persons who abandon her entourage, whoever they may be, and regardless of what they preach.
So this is, as Anandalila was saying, quite a very deep bhajan, and the relationships in the spiritual world are very intense, but supremely enjoyable to Krishna. And he really does relish these pastimes with Radha and the Sakhis and the Gopis and so many different personalities. Spiritual world is not boring, it's not dry, it's full of action and transcendental action, all giving pleasure to Krishna. And automatically, when Krishna is happy, then of course everybody is happy as well. Sorry? Oh, the name of the bhajan is Vashubhanu Sutta Charana Sevane. Very, very nice. Okay, so Surinder.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat.
Krishna. So please say a few words.
Yes, Sri Nityananda Chandram Patita Sharanam Gauradam Tam Bhajiham. So, this is song, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is expressing our aspirations. Like we are looking forward that one day we shall practice Sudha Bhakti, whereby our aparadha will stop and we shall chant Sudhanam. We shall get a taste to chant always as a Sudhanam of Sri Krishna, and our heart will become purified. Also, like Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is expressing that we will practice our Krishna consciousness by following all the instructions of Gauranga Mahaprabhu in Shikshastakam. To be humble, tolerant, respectful, and do not expect honor in return. And we will not hanker for to accumulate wealth, to get name and fame, popularity, and get many followers, and not to aspire for sense gratification with women and like that. And also we will practice Shuddha Bhakti, and one day we will develop all the symptoms, signs and symptoms of love of Krishna, like trembling of the body, hairs standing on end, and tears flowing from our eyes. And in this way, we practice Krishna consciousness, and we pray to get the grace of our Guru Varga and the Vaishnavas, and ultimately we want the grace of Nityananda Prabhu to get the shelter, the lotus feet of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, to be free from all these material illusions, and whereby we will get a taste to practice Namuruchi, means we shall chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra Sudhanam, and also serve the Vaishnavas, Vaishnava Seva, and Jivedaya. We shall distribute Krishna consciousness to everybody. This is our prayer and aspiration, following the footsteps of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Guru Varga and the Vaishnavas. Nitai Gaur Haribo.
Haribo. Thank you so much.
Yes. So, Nitai Gaur Haribo. So I'll start singing, Prabhu.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Kabe habe bolo sedin amar, aparadha ghuchi, sudha nama ruchi, kripa bole habe hridoye sanchar. Kabe habe bolo sedin amar, Krinadhika hina, kabe nije mani, sahisnuta guna hridoyete ani, sakale manada, apani amani, hoye aswadibo namarasa sar, kabe habe bolo sedin amar. ধন জন আরা কবিতা সুন্দরী বলিব না চাহি দেহ সুখাকারী জন্মে জন্মে দাও ওহে গৌরা হরি আহাই টুকি ভক্তি চরণে তোমার কবে হবে বলো সেদিন আমার কবে করিতে শ্রীকৃষ্ণ নামা উচ্চারণ পুলকিতা দেহ গদগদ বচন ভৈবরণ বেপাথু হবে সংঘতন নিরন্তর নেত্রে বাবে অশ্রুধার কবে হবে বলো সেদিন আমার কবে নবদ্বীপে সুরধ্বনি তটে গৌর নিত্যানন্দা বলি নিষ্কাপাতে নাচিয়া গাইয়া বেদাইব চ্যুতে বতুলেরা প্রায় ছাদিয়া বিচার কবে হবে বলো সেদিন আমার কবে নিত্যানন্দা মোরে করি দয়া সদাইব মোরা বিষয়েরা মায়া দিয়া মোরে নিজা চরণেরা ছায়া নামেরা হতেতে দিবে অধিকার কবে হবে বলো সেদিন আমার কিনিব লুটিব হরি নামার আশা নামারাসে মতি হইব বিবাসা রাসেরা রাশিকা চরণ পারাশা করিয়া মজিব রাসে আনিবার কবে হবে বলো সেদিন আমার কবে জীবে দয়া হইবে উদয়া নিজ সুখ ভুলি সুদিনারি দয়া ভকতি বিনোদা করিয়া বিনয়া শ্রী আজ্ঞা তাহালা করিবে প্রচার কবে হবে বলো সেদিন আমার হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে নিতাই গৌরা হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল নিতাই গৌরা হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল জয় ভক্তিবিনোদ ঠাকুর জয় ভক্তিবিনোদ ঠাকুর জয় ভক্তিবিনোদ ঠাকুর জয় ভক্তিবিনোদ ঠাকুর জয় শিলা প্রভুপাদ শিলা প্রভুপাদ জয় গুরুদেবা জয় গুরুদেবা নিতাই গৌর হরি বল
Very good. So, no, well done. Shyam Malini, would you like to read the translation?
Wait. Susanna.
Yeah. When will that day be mine? When will you give me your blessings? Sorry, erase all my offenses. When will you give me your blessings? Erase my all. Oh, sorry, because it keeps changing.
Yeah, sorry.
Erase all my offenses and give my heart a taste for chanting the holy name in purity. When will I taste the essence of the holy name, feeling myself to be lower than the grass, my heart filled with tolerance? When will I give respect to all others and be free from desire for respect from them? When will I cry out that I have no longer any desire for wealth and followers, poetry and beautiful women, all of which are meant just for bodily pleasure? O Gaura Hari, give me causeless devotional service, meaning bhakti, to your lotus feet, birth after birth. When will my body be covered with goosebumps and my voice broken? Where am I now?
Oh, sorry.
Broken with emotion as I pronounce Krishna's name? When will my body change color and my eyes flow with endless tears as I chant? When will I give up all thought of the world and society to run like a madman along the banks of the Ganges in Nawabdip, singing and dancing and sincerely calling out the names of Gaura and Nityananda? When will Nityananda Prabhu be merciful to me and deliver me from the enchantment, Maya, of the sense objects? When will he give me the shade of his lotus feet and the right to enter the marketplace, meaning Namhata, of the holy name? When will I buy, borrow, or steal the ecstasies of the holy name? When will I lose myself in the intoxication of the holy name? When will I immerse myself in the nectar of the holy name after grasping the feet of a saint who constantly relishes the flavors, meaning rasa, of devotion? When will I feel compassion for all living beings, meaning jivas? When will I forget my own pleasure in genuine humility? And when will I, Bhaktivinoda, meekly go from door to door preaching your message of love?
Yeah, thank you so much. Well done.
You're welcome.
It's a long bhajan, and it
Yeah,
mirrors the
beautiful.
Shastakam. Yes, it's really beautiful.
Beautiful.
And it mirrors the Shastakam praise left by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for our pleasure. Kabe Haipe Bolo from Sharanagati Bhaktivinoda. Actually, this song is also in the Gitavali, so it appears in both places. And it's a very important bhajan because it mirrors, it is what is in the Shishtastakam, and especially this verse here, which is the essence of how we can taste the holy name, feeling ourselves to be lower than the grass, the humility, and and tolerance. If we can do these two things, be humble and tolerant, we can chant the holy names all the time, offer respects to others as well, and free from any desire for respect, which is the most fundamental aspect of chanting the holy names. Anything else, Shurinder, you'd like to say?
Yes, we pray and offer our respectful obeisances to all the Vaishnavas, our Gurudev, Guru Varga, and we pray that by the grace of Nityananda Prabhu, we shall attain the Lord's shelter and chant the pure name, Sudhanam. And our prayer is that we will always unconditionally, first of the birth, we will serve Sri Sri Guru Goranga, Radha Sham Sundar Giridhari Jio, without any offense, with love and devotion, Shuddha Bhakti. This is our aspiration and our prayer. Without all.
Thank you. Okay, thank you so much. Karthik, any questions from your side? Anything you'd like to ask?
Probably, can I have the link for this
Yes.
website, please?
Absolutely, I will. I'll send you that link.
Yes, Thank you very
Very
much.
good,
I
very
will
good.
go through this at my own time.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Possibly, contribute next time. I feel a
Yeah,
bit,
of course. You're very welcome to contribute. Actually, love to hear your views as well.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you for joining, and looking forward to years of wonderful company with yourself and your family. So let's see what happens.
Thank you.
Okay, so we can call it a night. Thank you, everybody, for
Mr.
joining
Saha.
us. Mr. Saha, Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Yes,
Radha.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Explain about something is Shuddha Bhakti, is Surendra mention it. If he can do again and nicely.
Shuddha Bhakti, yeah?
Yeah, Shuddha Bhakti.
Shuddha Bhakti is basically, Shuddha means pure.
Pure.
And of course, Bhakti means connection with the Supreme Lord. So sometimes our Bhakti might be mixed with maybe karma yoga or jnana yoga. So karma yoga means we perform actions in this world, but also we offer that fruit to the Lord. That's karma yoga. That can be mixed with bhakti, or jnana yoga, where we want to get information about the Lord. That can be also mixed with bhakti, because we want to get information about the Supreme Lord. And then there can be also bhakti, which is done in the different modes: satogun, rajogun, tamagun. Different modes can give us, if they're mixed with bhakti, can give us different types of results. So what here is discussed is Shuddha Bhakti. So it's pure devotion without any tinge of karma, no tinge of gyan, acquiring knowledge, no tinge of ignorance or passion. Even goodness is not present. This is where one links with the Supreme in pure love, without wanting anything more from him, just engaging in his seva. This is the idea of Shuddha Bhakti. So that is what attracts the Lord very, very much. That's Shuddha Bhakti. It attracts him so much that he becomes obliged to his own devotees. And he becomes a servant of his own devotees. Of course, we don't want to bother the Lord, but this is the impact of Shuddha Bhakti. It can control the Supreme Lord himself. And an example is, I mean, if you see the different incarnations, you have Ramachandra. Ramachandra was king. He came as the ideal ruler, ideal son, ideal father, ideal husband. And nobody could control him, right? Nobody could control him. He was totally in control. But if you see Krishna, when he came and did his pastimes, nobody would run after Ram, for example, with a stick in his hand or her hand. But if you see Krishna's Leela, he becomes under the control of his devotees. Sometimes he becomes so helpless, especially when Mother Yashoda carries a stick in her hand to run after him because he's been naughty. You never imagine that pastime in Ram Leela. But in Krishna Leela, that pastime takes place. So he lets himself become under the control of his devotee through Shuddha Bhakti, because that devotee has such bhakti that Krishna has no choice but to be obedient, subservient to that love. That is Shuddha Bhakti. It's it's more powerful than the Lord himself. And that is something special. So the Lord becomes subservient to his devotee. This is very rare. And he shows the supreme position of the the Leela that takes place between the Lord and his devotees. This Leela is second to none. One of the factors that distinguishes Krishna from any other avatar. Is that okay, Mr. Saha?
Yeah, it's okay. Hey, very nice. Very deep and very,
Yeah, it's powerful.
very powerful. Too much.
Thank you for your question. Very, very nice. Okay, we shall see everybody. Hopefully tomorrow, Gita class, 3:30, we do our usual class. So if you're free, please do join us.
Yeah,